Hello everybody, it is Connor here, and this isn't quite the tutorial that I was going to show you. I might be able to kind of do that while I'm showing you this, but this one's on better texture. And I'll just go ahead and kind of give you an example. Yeah, so this usually plays a lot better when I'm, playing on my own. But anyways, so that's what the better texturing looks like. I have a really faint light on. Walked on the inside. There's some tiling. Look at that, you can actually see it. And then there's that wood compared to that wood. And then out on top. This one I have nothing on it, and as you can see, it's kind of plain and boring. Like I said, I have a very faint light, so on with the tutorial. So I was able to install screencast key. So it ends with bringing up that menu. If you press T, it opens up the sidebar. So anyway, let's go ahead, let's get started. Let's just do like a brick path. I guess I could show you that. So if we just go ahead, go to the plane. I want to make sure that I am talking decently loud. Here. This will probably be better. I've just noticed that I've been talking a little bit quieter and everything. So, it's like I usually do. I bring that up a little bit. And let me texture that out. Alright, and so first things first, we're going to, if you haven't seen my texturing, add simple UV, add a warp, make it a 3000 by 3000. I mean, it's going to be super detailed, just because, well, I'm showing you, that's pretty much what I wanted to do. So now it's going to be hard to paint. So you paint like that, but just for the sake of time, I will do something for you. UV image editor. Let me open that's the texture I'm going to be using, okay? So we'll be turning something like that into what you saw. I mean, you can even make it look even more detailed and whatnot. And then if we go to edit mode and just unwrap that, should be okay. It looks like I have to go the hard way. So, and if you guys notice, I usually record kind of late at night because I don't have anything else to do. But so if we go ahead, we go into our texture paint. Let me texture. Oh, so let's add a new one. We don't even have to name it. I mean, that's all on you guys. And then go to here. Let's open up that one. Come on, you can do it. Yeah. Oh dang, that is kind of small. I'm just going to slowly here. Let's Control Z this. Start all over. Because I'm stupid. I usually put it on a 7, which looks really bright. That's usually how I like it. I'm just trying to take it slow because I don't know, if something random will happen, like a crash or something. Yeah, it's good, seamless texture. Jeez. It goes from like a shady, darkish gray type thing, and then just bleh. And there was a way that I think I might remember. Oh, wait, I remember. See this? Look at that. So I just quickly put that texture on. Okay, now we should be able to see it as the texture or in material. No, material, you see nothing, and rendered, we don't see anything too. Oh my gosh. So, in other words, that's the texture that we get, and that's the texture that we love. And we'll just view that. So I'm pretty sure now we can use material. Nope. I think there's a way you can use material. I'm just not too sure. So let me turn on my specular because I don't like it glossy. And you'll see why. There's a reason. Gosh dang it. So I don't usually see something like that, but it's not much. We got what we came for. So usually that's what it looks like here. Let's change that. No. I say you get that texture. There. Stop it. Okay, so I guess we'll have to use that one. Turn the specular down on it. Okay. I'm gonna turn that into a sun. Brighten it up a little bit. And then if we go to number pad and we scroll in, Shift F, you can actually like move around and whatnot. Kind of hard to get used to. I'm just going to get it all set up like that, right? And so if I render this, we might see, okay, so we see a cobblestone ground, and it's not like it's just basically. So I was watching a video, and this is how this guy explained it: is that it's basically printing out a picture and slapping it on a wall. There's no like, and if you move the light across it, there's like no change in the picture, basically. So if we just escape that, so now I just wanted to start showing you some of the differences. So usually, so I can't remember what program it's called, but what it would do is it would go in and it would take your single texture and it would break it down into 5 other texture maps. And then you'd go in and you would just completely added a bunch of things, and you start seeing the differences. But if you just screw, if you go in your texture tab and you just scroll down, look at all these. So what made it towards where it's kind of like sticking out is this one right here. Let's see if I can pull it out. The normals tab. Let me do that. So if I click on normals, you kind of see it change a lot. And if I just scroll all the way over to the side, I mean, yeah, you can see that. And if we click displace, we go back to 1. I mean, yeah, there's a difference. And it's not quite as noticeable. But then if we click on that, there's that little cross, right? Now that you're starting to see a different shade in there a little bit. Click on color, kind of gets rid of that. And click on hardness, it just almost completely gets rid of it. There's still that gloss to it a little bit, but. And if we click on the diffuse, and like if we just basically go through and select everything, you're gonna get a really nice looking texture. I usually keep a mint off because it like brightens everything up. It's like why? And if we turn warp up, normals, we turn like this face. And then if we render that, you're gonna kind of get, what the frick is my camera doing all the way up there? Render. Why? Oh, there we go. So as you see, now it's a better looking texture. It kind of has that 3D texturing to it, but it's nothing like the ones I've shown. Like it would go through, I mean, just look it up on YouTube. I'd probably go through the process of it, but it's just too much. Like kind of move. Or here. I don't know what that was. So just completely get rid of that sun. That's kind of black. Or dark, I should say. And that's kind of the texture. Now you can kind of see it. See, now you kind of have a little bit of shading between all the cracks, but I mean, it was nothing like this, guys. And he actually had a pretty realistic looking texture. I mean, this is just how I got mine to look a little bit better. And, yeah. Oh, just a real quick tip for Blender. Show you. Okay. So, if you hold shift and you just, click, if you middle click it, you can move it around. So, just a little bit help. Or if you do the shift F thing, you do that for even this. So everything's on the bottom, like Q and E's to go up and down. Shift is fast, and space teleports you. Hold is slow, V is jump. Okay, let's see if I can make this teleport. No. Try it one more time. Up a little bit. Did you see that? Okay. So now I want to show you some modeling. Or let me show you another thing real quick that you can do. I don't know how this will handle, but I want to show you how to make a fire. This can't be done in Blender Cycles or Blender Game. So it has to be in Blender Render. And if we do quick effects, smoke. Oh, let me summon a cube. So let me do that again. Object, quick effects, smoke. now we have this box, which is right over here, and it will start smoking up, and then here we change that to fire, and we move this guy upwards. If we just put him right there, and we hit Alt A, it will start our fire. And I'm not going to get too great frames per second, or the loading on that. So that looks pretty good. Now if we just stop that, you know, you could change the box around, and I'll show you how you can do that. And so I did that a long time ago, or just a little bit ago, not a long time ago, maybe like a week. And let me start my flame. I mean, that's like no freaking joke. So, I mean, that looks pretty good. Camera. And then we can render it. And usually this takes a long time to render. But if you look, from me shaping in an object, or the cubes I should say, I got a pretty nice looking fire. And I would say so myself that that looks pretty good. So I'm going to tilt that last little frame. Oh, that works. So that's what it looks like, and that looks pretty good. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you some things that I've been doing in my game. Let's just do some waiting. So first things first. Now we'll just keep that on. But if we looked, I usually used to get around now. So I mean that looks pretty good compared to the flat texturing. Looks like that. Oop. What am I doing? Nope, that's that side. Slow down. As you see, that's kind of flat, and that kind of like pokes out at you a little bit. But it's not like the best. But anyways. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you how I do some modeling. And let me start my screencast keys again. Uh-oh, something happened. Make sure I'm still recording. Oh. There's play. And so I was going to make a sky dome, which I'll do a tutorial on, but it wasn't just quite turning out. Oh, I think I hit Control A. So anyways, if we go into edit mode, go to edit mode. So I believe this is a 30 by 30, and this is kind of a crazy mountain that I made a long time ago. Let me teleport over here, let me get a view. So now I want to create a more realistic looking mountain, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm thinking, let's start off with some basic face editing. So we want to get kind of a big surface, right? So now if we just drag this straight up, we get kind of a funky looking shape, right? And then now what we want to do is we want to kind of round out everything. So now if we just select, holding Control and clicking, you weren't invited and you weren't invited. let me just do this myself. Kind of get a more guided rounding on it. Let me kind of do the same for what I did there. Oops. Drag that up. It doesn't stretch it out as much up top here, but it does on the bottom there. I mean, like, look at those 9s. They're terrible. So I have to go through and retexture them. But so then I would kind of go and highlight around here. So this is just some basic train editing for you guys. I mean, you probably could have figured this out on day 1. So here, let me select all these out again. So then we just do some of that. And then we bring that up. So we're kind of getting a little pyramid type style mountain. I don't really, like, I just don't quite want that. So we're just going to sink that in, and we're going to pull it a little bit out both ways. And then right there, there. I'm going to kind of select some random spots and just bring them down by a little bit, not by a lot. Push them out, over, and then up here we kind of need a little bit more of something a little bit more satisfying, you know? So what if we brought that up, we'll kind of push that down to make that a little bit easier to get to. And so I'm just trying to think here how I want to have a mountain to look. I'm just gonna kind of, oops, actually get these outside ones here, there, there, there. I'll push those down a little bit. And then right here, we're just gonna kind of pull that one up. So now that's just face editing. Now, if you wanted to get kind of a little bit more fancy than super fancy, you'd use edging and vertex. I mean, like pull that part down while yet this side just goes completely upwards, you know. But like let's say that right there, I want it to be a little bit lower and saggier. Let's say I wanted that to be kind of out that way. Well, this side kind of got this pushed down, you know what I'm saying. It's like you just kind of have to play with it, get it up there a little bit, and then push that up a little bit more of that. So now that's just kind of done with the editing. Let me start up a standalone part. So there'd be 2 mountains. The one that we're just working on, we'll work on a little bit more, get it kind of rounded off and whatnot. And I'll show you how you can get that better, like spherical or like blocky look. So usually lag when I look in the house's direction for the first time. Chicken. So this mountain was kind of just like, let's throw something together, let's make it resemble a mountain, right? Very climbable. This one, that very does resemble a mountain. And notice how I didn't exaggerate, or I kind of exaggerated on the size when I was modeling this. That was because I knew it would be a big mountain. But so I'm thinking, what if we put like a campfire like right there? Here, let me jump on it, like right here, to the side of the house, right here. And then for the game, you know, there'd be a couple trees surrounding here, maybe like a little lake right there, and a pond going in there, and then, you know, a pathway over there and on towards the storyline. But so then we jump up here. So you kind of jump up here real easily, real quickly. But that is because I have my jumping height on like 25, which I showed you guys all how to do in the last one. And notice, the land is kind of bumpy. You can really tell that it's bumpy. And let's try jumping up here. But now at this point, I'm really much taller than I would be. Oops. Come on. I'm thinking I might watch a couple of tutorials on how to get sound. We'll kind of get like a, you know, a dirt and grass and whatnot sound. As you see, that's really a struggle to get up from floor to floor, basically. This top one's really going to be a pain. Right, so something I do need to try and see if I can do is I can up the render to like the distance that you can look. And then if we just jumped down, alright, we exit this. I mean, in here it doesn't really look like a big mountain, but you didn't really take in consideration of that. And this is actually a separate plate. Oh, apparently the house is parented to this plane. Like if we clicked on this box, right, our little tiny house box. Let me undo that. Probably the worst mistake probably did just doing that. That plane was exactly where I wanted it. Okay. It's not responding. Very good. Oh, the house lost its texture. Oh, I lost my mountain. Let me put back my mountain. And so you can play it just in here, and it usually runs a lot smoother because it's not like rendering so big and whatnot. But I mean, honestly, I'd want you to comment which mountain is better. And let me know what you think. Or if you think the texturing is better. There was that mountain and that mountain. It's probably better to show you like that. Here, let me shift F this. So there's that one. And then there's this one. To be honest, I kind of like that one because it's a little bit more random. And I still have Textrues, so keep that in mind. Oh yeah, and let me real quickly show you. Probably like, Connor, you need to do that. So if you see right here, it says smooth, or it says smoot, and then flat. We clicked flat shading. Like, look how weird that looks. That looks so weird. And if I click on smooth shading, it does that. And then, yeah, physics. So that's, yeah, interesting. Apparently each and every one of these has their own little scene. And then if I click render, the render button, see anything. I click here and I probably render it. You still see nothing. Yeah, so that's that. I mean, you're probably curious what that looks like on the land, the better texturing. Not so much. I don't really like it. It kind of does that like bumpy thing. To be honest, it just looks weird. Like here, I'll show you. Like, just look at that. And it looks kind of cool if it was bigger, and it was kind of like walls and it'd be a maze. But that just looks weird. Like, look at that mountain. It looks like it has fur. It looks like a furry mountain. Over here, I mean, it kind of looks better. I mean, like, really, fur mountain. It's beautiful. I mean, it kind of looks better, but yeah. So I'm gonna learn the better texturing method, like the 3D texture crap later. But I think that looks pretty good for now. But keep in mind, this is kind of laggy when I'm recording, and like I can even probably show you my FPS, my FP and F. I mean, like, seriously, you wanted to see it. And like I can get that, and then if I wanted to, let's see here. Please don't click the spotlight. I wanted the house, and then if I click here, I think. No, I think it's. There we go. So now if I play this, there's the camera view, and there's that. So as you see, it shows like everything. So I'm getting like 8-9 frames per second. There's that, and there should be like a sun up there. Oh, like the mountain! The mountain! And the house, you should probably see all the polys on it. Yeah. It'd probably be easier to see if I wasn't running it in that. There you go. Kind of, not really. You do get some better FPS doing that. But yeah, say I'm gonna cut it there. Because I have to go do some business. Like, I just do that. Oh, and let me get rid of that nasty texturing while I'm at it. Yo, it's so nasty. It's so grody. Ew. I mean, that might be better. Oh, that kind of made it worse. Look at that. Here, let me get rid of the grody stuff. Like that. There we go. So what did that do? Object. A derivative map? I don't know what these things are. Teach me, guys. You need to teach me. Like, what if we just... Ew, that looks really weird. It's like if you like took a black light and just like looked for bugs or something. Ostensibly. I don't know. Projection. It's a cube. It's a sphere. It's flat. And yeah. And I'm gonna test more things out while I'm at it. Like I'm gonna go in and see if I can like record the fire and then like add that in. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, well I'm gonna have to end that up because this is pretty long and I don't want it long. Yeah, you can use time right there. So I'm gonna have to end it right there. I'm gonna upload that in like an hour. Alright, see you guys and have a good day, sleep thingy. Have fun.